Namaste everyone, and welcome to Yoga in the Garden with me, Wendy, and Scarlett. And today we've got Pebbles. Today we're going to do yoga to a story that I'm sure many of you will know and recognise. But before we do our story, we're going to warm up our breathing, and we're going to warm up our voices, and we're going to warm up our bodies. And while we're warming up all of those things, we're going to calm down all the monkeys that are banging their drums in our heads. So when we move our bodies and when we do our big breathing, all that movement in our heads starts to slow down. It gets a bit quieter. And then it's easier to listen to the story. It's easier to concentrate on the story. It's easier to concentrate on other important things that are going on. And it's easier not to worry about things that aren't important. So let's start with some breathing. So can you put your hands in your lap with your hands facing upwards? And let your fingers relax just like that. That's brilliant, Scarlett. Just let them curl, and you can have a look at your hands. You can even look down at your hands. Sitting up tall though, or you could close your eyes. And I would like you to imagine that in your hands is a piece of chocolate in each hand. And you can't close your fist around that chocolate because it'll melt. And I want you to feel the sensation of the weight of the chocolate in your hand. Perhaps you feel really tempted to eat that chocolate. Perhaps your senses, if you close your eyes, perhaps you can even imagine that you can smell or taste the chocolate. We're not letting this chocolate melt on our hands. It's just resting there. Can you all feel the weight of the chocolate in your hands? Maybe some of you have got massive bits of chocolate. Or maybe you're being a little bit more careful today and you're just having one or two pieces in each hand. Can you feel that, Scarlett? Can you imagine what it feels like? Are you tempted to want to eat your chocolate? It's really hard, isn't it? And relax, and I want you to imagine that chocolate is melting and fizzling away. Lovely. And maybe you'll get some chocolate later, or something else that you enjoy later. It doesn't have to be chocolate. There are all sorts of good things that we can eat, or that we can do, or that we can see to make our senses happy. So we're going to start moving with our song and warming up our voices and our breathing at the same time. So sitting up really, really tall with our hands together. Take a deep breath in. We'll sing a line. Namaste, shall we play? Your turn. Namaste, shall we play? In our special yoga way. Your turn. In our special yoga way, bending bodies, being strong. Let's see those muscles. Bending bodies, being strong. Keeping healthy all life long. Keeping healthy all life long. Can you twist from side to side today with your arms in the air? Using your shoulder, using your shoulders to pull your twist around. Looking behind you one way and looking behind you the other and stretching up into your fingers. Lovely. And take your arms wide, and can we make some circles with our arms? Lovely. Stretching into your fingers. Can you make your arms a little bit taller, a little bit longer today? Brilliant. Can we reach up to the sky? Can you reach forward? And can you try and grab something in front of you, make a fist, and then flick it away? Grab it and flick it away. One more time. Grab and flick. Lovely. And then give your hands a shake out. Now before we do our story, let's warm up our bodies, shall we? Should we warm up our bodies with a sun salute? With Surya Namaskar A. So let's come up to standing and be inventive. Oh, nice way of standing up. Be inventive when you stand up. So I've done some yoga classes recently and children have done jumps and they've done twirls. So whatever you would like to do to make your way up to stand in an inventive way. How are you going to stand up? With a flourish. Lovely. Right, so coming to stand at the fronts of your mats with your hands together and your feet as wide as your hips. Make sure you give your toes a wiggle. Pull your tummies in. That's it. Well done, Scarlett. Scarlett's finding the right place for her feet. Tummies are pulling in. Shoulders are away from your ears, so your necks are long like proud giraffes. And we're going to take a deep breath in and we're going to reach up to the sky. Reach your fingers to the sky and breathe out and see if you can tickle your toes. If you need to bend your knees, you can. Can you look at your knees? And can you give your knees a kiss? Mwah, mwah. Lovely. And then we're going to put our hands on our legs and we're going to come up to a table, squeezing our shoulders. Can you squeeze your shoulders together behind you, Scarlett? Imagine you're squeezing a pencil between your shoulders. Squish it, squish it, squish it. Nice. And then we're going to bend down. We're going to put our hands on the floor and we're going to jump back to a chaturanga, to a plank. Lovely. In your planks, we're going to slowly lower our bodies down to the floor. Good muscles, Scarlett. And then we breathe in and lift our chests. Oh, have a wiggle. It's early in the morning for us, so we're going to have a nice wiggle. And then we're going to come back onto all fours. We tuck our toes under. And what are we going to do next, Scarlett? What's the next pose?
Downward dog.
Downward dog. That's it. Lifting your bottom up into the air behind you. Pushing the floor away as if you're pushing a car up a hill. That's it. Well done. Can you wiggle your bum in the air? Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. And then we bend our knees. We look between our hands. We really big bend on our knees. And we're going to be as springy as a springy thing. We're going to slowly and quietly jump forward. Lovely. With your knees inside your arms. That's it. And then we're going to keep. Can you glue your belly to your legs? Can you glue your tummy to your legs? And we're going to start to stand up with our tummy glued to our legs. So we start to straighten our legs. That's it. And we end up folding over our legs. Perfect. Well done. With your heels down, can you wiggle your toes, Scarlett? Everyone wiggle your toes so you're not holding on with your toes. And then like a zombie, slowly start to roll and rock up to stand. And your head is heavy, heavy, heavy. So your head's not going to come up until the very end. Zombie, rolling up to stand. And when we get there, can we do some big shoulder rolls? Can you move your shoulders? Can you move them the other way? Can you move one shoulder forwards and one shoulder backwards? Yes, Scarlett, you've got it. Can you do that the other way? Good job. Well done, everyone at home, because that's really tricky. Most grown-ups struggle with that one. And then have a shake out. Let's shake it, shake it, shake it, shake it, shake it, shake it. And I want you to move around on your mat now. Be silly, make big, big movements, and freeze. And go. Big movements, big movements, big movements. Up and down, up on the floor. Get on the floor and do some big movements. And freeze. Amazing. One more time. Up and down. Big movements, big movements, big movements, big movements. And freeze. And come back to the front of your mats. And we're going to do our story now. So, it's called We're Going on a Bear Hunt. And I've got my book with me to remind me of the story so I don't get confused, because I get muddled up with the order of this. So we're going to come and stand up and we're going to start the story. So the first bit repeats itself quite a few times, doesn't it? Scarlett, you know this story really well, don't you?
We're going on a bear hunt.
We're going on a bear hunt, so we're going to do that story to actions. And if you don't like our actions, then I'd like you to make up some full body actions yourself. And you can do this with all sorts of different stories at home. So let's start off standing up nice and tall. Then we're going to hook our thumbs under our armpits and lift our elbows up. Nice. And that's going to be our we. So we're going on a bear hunt. Can you be a bear? And stick your tongue out and roar. Wah! We're gonna catch. Can you catch? A big one. Spread out. A big one. What a beautiful day. Can you imagine you're the sunshine? We're not scared. We're not scared. Are you scared?
No.
Can you imagine what it would be like? What you'd do if you were scared? You'd huddle up in a little ball, wouldn't you? But we're not scared, so we've got to slowly shake our head from side to side. Well, no, we're not scared. Good. Uh-oh. Grass. Long, wavy grass. So we're going to imagine that there's grass and it's waving, and we're going to sway from side to side like long, wavy grass, and we might swish our hands on the floor. We can't go. What can't we do?
We can't go through there.
We can't go over it. So we're going to go over. So we stand on one leg and take one leg out behind us. We can't go over it. We can't go under it. So we're going to dive under it. No, but we can't go under it. Oh no. We've got to go through it. So to go through it, we're going to do our swishy swoshy. Can you make the sound? Swishy swash, swishy swash, swishy swash. Come back to standing on your mat. We're going on a bear hunt. We're going to catch a big one. What a beautiful day. We're not scared. No, we're not scared. Are you scared? I'm a little bit scared. Uh-oh. A deep river. A deep, cold river. So we're going to be rivers now with our bodies. So can we lie on our tummies and imagine you're a river moving around? Going from side to side. You might be a fast-flowing river, or you might just be a slow river.
I'm going to be a fast one, so it's hard to get through.
Right, so we can't go over it. So stand on one leg and take the other leg out behind you. We can't go over it. Imagine you're flying over it. We can't go under it. So can you dive forward and under? We've got to go through it. So when you're on a river, I think we would row a boat, don't you? So we're going to sit on our bottom. I know in the story they walk through it, but in yoga we're going to get in a boat because it's much more fun. So we're in a boat and we're going to row our boat through the river. Lovely. Splish, splosh, splish, splash, splish, splosh, splish, splash. Well done. And then we stand up. We're going on a bear hunt. We're gonna catch a big one.
Big one.
What a beautiful day. We're not scared. We're not scared. You look pretty brave. Are you scared?
No.
No, Scarlett's not scared. Are you scared at home? Okay, what comes next, Scarlett? What comes next? Can you remember the next one in the story? It's mud.
Mud.
Thick, oozy mud.
Mud.
So we're going to squelch through the mud. You can make those noises. Pick your knees up and squelch. We can't go over it. We can't go under it. We've got to go through it. So let's go through the mud. So we're going to pick up 1 foot at a time, picking it up as high as you can to your chest. And we're going to put that one down, step forward. And we're going to pick the other one up, picking it up as high as you can to your chest. And we're going to step forward. And maybe this time you're going to pick your foot up and you're going to send it forwards with you holding onto it with your hand, and you're going to take a big step forward. And let's do the same the other time. Pick your foot up. Can you send it forwards and put it down? Oh, we're through that mud. We're through the mud. Next bit. We're going on a bear hunt. We're going to catch a big one. What a beautiful day. We're not scared. What comes next? No rubbish at this. A forest.
That's kind of
a big, dark forest. So what do we have in our forests?
Trees.
We have trees. So can you all be a tree? Come into tree pose. Now remember, when we do tree pose, it's important not to put our foot, our branch of our tree, on our knee.
Or this.
So you can have it higher than your knee or below your knee. Because your knee isn't supposed to move in that direction. So if we push our foot into it, our leg's going to go the wrong way that it's not supposed to go. So we want to have our foot above or below our knee. And we can be a tree. I would like you to make the other branches of your tree, your arm branches, as imaginative as you like. They can be little branches, or they can be big branches. It can be a tree with flowers on it. Or it can be a tree with big bits of fruit hanging from it. You imagine what your tree's like. We better do the other leg as well. Shall we put our other leg into our tree pose? And again, you find your branches. I like to be a fruit tree today. I look like a teapot, but I'm going to be a fruit tree.
I'm going to be a fruit tree with some nice yummy apples.
Apples, oh. Lovely. Imagine if you were a tree and you could eat your own fruit.
Oh, delicious.
We can't go, we're in the forest and we can't go over it. We can't go under it. We've got to go through it. So we're going to go through our forest and we're going to stumble and trip. So we're going to step to one side of our mat and cross our leg over. Maybe cross your arms over. Stumble and we go the other side. Trip. Stumble.
Stumble.
Trip. One more. Stumble. Trip. Well done, everyone. We're going on a bear hunt. Hang on. We're going to catch a big one. What a beautiful day. We're not scared. Ooh. No, can you shake your head slowly? Look over one shoulder and look over the other shoulder. And then back to the middle. What comes next? Uh-oh. A snowstorm. A swirly, whirly snowstorm. So we're going to be a snowstorm and we're going to swirl and whirl on it. We're going to swirl and whirl. And we're going to swirl from one side to the other side. Swirly, whirly snowstorm. And Pebbles is joining in with the snowstorm. Uh-oh. But we can't go over it. When you've been spinning, it's hard to balance on one leg, isn't it? We can't go under it. We've got to go through it. So we're going to stay on all fours. And we're going to crawl through this snowstorm. So it's going to look like this. So you lift one leg out behind you and the opposite arm goes forwards. And then we put those down and imagine we're crawling. So lift the other leg and the opposite arm. We've got to balance as we crawl through the snow.
Like the baby crawls.
That's it.
Isn't it?
Simply imagine you're crawling through the snow. Woohoo! Woohoo! That's it. And again, we're So we're going to make a cave shape in a down dog. Can you make a cave shape? Lovely. Pushing the floor away from you, looking at your knees.
I don't like your floor.
So we can't go over it. Make sure you keep swapping legs. We can't go under it.
We have to go through it.
So when we go through our cave, we're going to tiptoe through our cave. So we're going to tiptoe our feet in our down dog. Lifting, tiptoe, 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 tiptoe. Well done. But what's that? One shiny, wet nose. So can you all take your pointing fingers and put your fingers on your nose. Close off both nostrils and then open one side and take a deep breath in. And take a deep breath out through that side. And then close off that side. Breathe in through the other side. And out. Lovely. 2 big furry ears. So just for a moment, close your eyes. And be really quiet. What can you hear with your own big furry ears? Two big goggly eyes. Can you open your eyes as wide as you can and look around you at all the amazing things around you? What can you see that's different today or that's new? Might be the light, the shadows. Lovely. I think, so we've got a wet nose, furry ears, goggly eyes. It's a bear! Can you give me your biggest bear? Brilliant. So we're going to have to leg it back through our cave. So into your down dog. Tiptoe, 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 tiptoe. Back through your snowstorm on your knees. Woo, woo, woo. Back through the forest. Stumble, trip, stumble, trip, stumble, trip, stumble, trip. Back through the mud. Squelch. Squelch. That's it, you ready? Back through the river. In our boat. Splish, splosh, splish, splosh, splish, splosh. Back through the grass. Through the grass. Swish, 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 swish. Oh, back through the gate, through the door. Open the door. Up the stairs, up the stairs. Can you run up the stairs? Oh no, we forgot to shut the front door. So back down the stairs. Grab your door and shut it. Bring your hands and your elbows together. Brilliant. We've got to go back up the stairs. So can you stay on your tiptoes and go all the way back up the stairs and then reach your arms up, 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 up. Quick, 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 up onto your tippy toes. You're upstairs. And we're going to climb into the bed. So we're going to lie down in our beds. And if you've got a yoga mat or a blanket nearby, you better get yourself under the covers. Can you roll yourself up in your duvet or your yoga mat? Roll it up into it. Roll up into it. And I don't think we're going to go on a bear hunt again. Do you? No. So let's unroll ourselves. And if you haven't got a yoga mat or a duvet or a blanket to roll up in, that's okay. You can roll around and imagine you're wrapping yourselves in your covers.
And you can just pause the video and go get one.
Oh, have a shake out. I'm exhausted from that. Are you pretty tired from that?
I am.
Whew, whew. So, we're going to catch our breath again. So let's take some long, slow breaths. Put your hands on your chest. Can you feel your heart beating?
Very fast.
Very fast. So let's try this really cool magic trick now. So can you breathe in while I count to 4? Breathe in. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now can you breathe out while I count to 4? 1, 2, 3, 4. And again, breathe in. 1, 2, 3, 4. Breathe out. 1, 2, 3, 4. Some of you might make it even longer with your breathing out. So you could breathe in for 4 and maybe breathe out for 6. But some of you can keep counting in your own head, breathing in for 4 and out for 4. And what can you feel in your heart? Has something magic happened to your heartbeat?
It slowed down.
It's slowed down. Mine's slowed down and Scarlett's has slowed down. Has yours slowed down as well?
It doesn't feel it to slow down so fast.
Well, it's still there. Your heart is still beating, believe me, and it will carry on beating. But sometimes when our heart's beating really fast because we're a bit scared of something, or worried about something, we can use our breathing to help to slow our heartbeat down and to make us feel a little bit more relaxed and a little bit more calm. Because when our heartbeat is going boom, 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 our brain, those monkeys in our brain are going bang, 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 and it's all getting worse and worse and worse. But when we can slow our heartbeat down, the monkeys in our brain are just
relaxed.
They're relaxed, they're maybe swishing around in there. They might still be there. They're probably always going to be there, that's okay. But they're not quite so excited. So you can concentrate a little bit easier and know that whatever you're scared about isn't worth it. Because you are all very brave. You've been on this adventure with Scarlett and I. So we're going to do a lying down relaxation and then we'll finish. So I'd like you all to get yourselves super comfy. If you need blankets or cushions or a mummy or a daddy or a grown-up to lie on, then you make yourselves comfy. And if you can close your eyes, that's even better. That really helps. But if you're not comfortable to close your eyes, then that's okay too. And before you relax completely, I would like you, behind your closed eyes, to think about something that worries you right now. What are you a little bit worried about or a little bit scared about today, right now? And it can be something really small, but it might feel like it's really big, or it might be something really big. There's a lot going on in the world right now. So thinking about that thing that worries you, I'd like you to now imagine that when you breathe in a beautiful light. Now the light that you breathe in might be a rainbow colour or it might just be white. And that light lights up your whole body and it lights up that feeling. That feeling might have felt very dark and gloomy before, but there's a light, a beautiful light shining on that feeling now. So each time you breathe in, imagine you're breathing in a light. And that light is lighting up that thing that you're scared of. And when the lights are on, things aren't always quite so scary. So imagine that thing now, bathed in the most beautiful light. Not being quite so scary, not being quite so important to you as it was before. Because it looks very different now that it's covered in light, filled with light, even shining. If it's a person or a pet that's making you feel worried or anxious, perhaps you can picture them smiling. Perhaps it's your brother or your sister that you're always arguing with, and it makes you upset and angry, or they've taken something that's yours. But actually, when the light shines on that feeling or that thought, it's not quite so important. You can be their friend and share. They might give you something really cool of theirs. And now I just want you to relax. Don't worry about thinking. Imagine your body is sinking into the floor. If you you want to. Your body might want to drift off to sleep, and that's okay. Or you might just enjoy listening to the sounds around you, feeling safe, feeling and knowing that it's okay to relax and to do this whenever you need to. And if you want to, you can stay here relaxing for as long as you like. You can pause the video or ask a grown-up to pause the video. Or if you're ready to go on with your day, you can slowly start to stretch and take some really big breaths in. And in your own time, come up to a comfortable sitting position. Have a wiggle again, make yourself comfortable in your position. And bring your hands together. And we'll finish with our song. You ready? May the long time sun shine upon you. Your turn. May the long time sun shine upon you. All love surround you. All love surround you. And the pure light within you. And the pure light within you. Guide your way home. Guide your way home. Namaste, everyone. Well done. And we'll see you next week.